me and my full nose ring. So to the viewer that had an issue, this is what I like, and so I'm going to continue to wear it. All right. So anywho, tonight we are going to get into the show's sisters. We're going to talk a little bit about Jocelyn Cabaret and a little bit about Love and Hip Hop. I watched Love and Hip Hop this week and didn't seem to be a lot going on. But yeah, we are going to get into that. I got to really work on my arms, you guys. It's, I'm a little nervous because this is like my first time ever having to record without a co-host. So I got to get really comfortable. So I say when I'm nervous a lot. So you guys just bear with me. Okay. All right. So let's get into Love and Hip Hop. So Chaotic and Amy, they met up at a park and kind of had a little discussion about what's going on between him and Erica Banks. She basically feels like what I kind of get with Amy is this: she doesn't want him, at least not right now, but she doesn't want Erica to have him either. So then she comes up with this whole little title of Boo Bestie. So it's like you're my Boo Bestie. So pretty much he's not allowed to talk to anybody else in so many words. That's basically what she said. But you all know how chaotic is. I feel like he's going to test the waters, and I feel like they're going to be just competing, as they both said, made the best woman win. So me personally, I wouldn't be giving him the satisfaction, but to each his own. All right. So then Mita has a panel for the women, and they all talk about different topics and issues. Rennie Rucci and Amy finally basically come together and end up discussing the whole situation about the song that Amy said Rennie Rucci stole. Come to find out, this whole feud was really pointless because Rennie Rucci had nothing to do with it. She wasn't even aware of, the situation that the song was supposed to be Amy. And I guess, I don't know, management or something probably. I don't know. You know how that stuff goes with these people in the industry. You know how they be doing little stuff and then other artists and stuff like that, they end up having issues with each other. So they basically settled their differences. Now I don't know if they're gonna be cool throughout the show or the season. We'll just have to wait and see how that's gonna pan out. All right. So that's pretty much all I really have to say on Love and Hip Hop. Like I said, it wasn't really a lot going on. I do see that there's going to be a little drama for the next episode, so we'll just have to wait for the next episode. All right. So I want to get into Jocelyn's Cabaret. So the returning girls are Lucky, Hustler, Miss Natural, Daisy, Raven, Diamond, and Yummy P. All right. So Jocelyn has the returning girls to also audition. Now I don't know if this was all basically to get rid of Raven and Diamond because that's indeed what just happened. Out she didn't really just necessarily get rid of Diamond. I think Diamond left on her own. Now I don't know if she just walked out from the auditions and she's probably coming back. I don't know. She's probably gonna have to talk to Jocelyn, and you already know Jocelyn's gonna make her beg and plead, or you know how Jocelyn is. But Raven is gone. I don't think Raven is coming back for the season. Uh, so basically, when it starts off, they're on the private jet. Raven, Jocelyn, and Diamond, and she's pretty much scolding them about whatever happened with them over the summer. I wasn't too clear what happened with Diamond because she was more focused on Raven. Raven got arrested for like a domestic dispute over the summer, and I guess she, went to jail. So Jocelyn was kind of like scolding her about that, which is like, really? Is that the pot calling the kettle black? But anywho, she was scolding her. Then she has Melissa tell them that they're gonna sit out for the first edition. She wasn't gonna have them dance. And Diamond's trying to warn Raven, like, I told you it's gonna be some funny shit. It's gonna be basically letting her know, I think we're fired. I think we're fired. Basically, she can see some shit in the game. So it must be some other things that went on behind the scenes that we don't actually know, because she was feeling strongly about what she was saying. And from the looks of it, she was pretty right, I would say. So they go to the first audition, they don't dance. She chooses the same returning girls, even though she had them audition. Um, and you guys, I saw Queen D in the. I don't know if she auditioned or if she was just there, maybe for Lucky, because I think her and Lucky are pretty cool. But yeah, she was indeed there. If she did audition, I would have loved for them to have showed that, because I would like to see if she, if she could dance or whatever. So yeah, so yeah, she continues on with the auditions. Everybody dances and she picks some new girls. Then she's telling them they're gonna have a second audition the next day. So they do. Now on the way to the next audition the next day, they're in the they're in a sprinter, and Miss Natural is really trying to get at Yummy P. Because you guys all remember what happened last season when Miss Natural won. Yummy P caught her, whatever it was that Miss Natural was doing when she was stooped down. I think she was fixing her shoes. She was doing something. Anyhow, she wasn't paying attention, and Yummy P hit her with that heel. She didn't forget that, and it was like uncalled for. Because what did you really hit her for? Or were you mad because you felt like she won and you didn't? That's childish, and it's poor sportsmanship. Like, girl, grow up. So they're in the sprinter. They're going back and forth. She's trying to get at Yummy P. Security won't let her. She's like, just let me get her. Just let me get her. They won't. So then Wet gets into it, and she's trying to get at her. Of course, security's not letting her. So then they see her with the blade. She has a blade. They yell out, she got a blade. She got a blade. So security takes her out the sprinter, and they put her in a different sprinter or whatever. They get to auditions. They're walking around like pretty much securing her. Jocelyn sees this and is like, Yummy P don't have no personal security. The only person that got security is me. And she basically mentions, you can't forget what you done. Remember what you do to people. It comes back on you. So basically, it's like you on your own, sweetie. You brought this on your own, on yourself. You brought this on your own, so you got to deal with it. So she continues on with the auditions. In the midst of that, there's like some kind of commotion or something with Raven. So she has to pause auditions, go see what's going on with that. They start having words. She grabs her by the neck, and slams her down to the ground, y'all. Like literally slams her down to the ground. You know what? I get that Jocelyn is giving them a platform. I do. I understand that. But just because you're giving somebody something doesn't mean that you have to treat them like shit. And definitely does not mean that you could just feel like you could just jump up and put your hands on people whenever you want to. One thing I don't like about Jocelyn is the way she puts them down, $2 hoes, bitches, this. You don't have to treat or talk to people like that. I feel like you could get your point across and still be respectful, and you can still give somebody something without feeling like you have to treat them like they're beneath you because you gave them something. That's not cool at all, and I totally don't agree with that. That's the only thing that I don't like about Jocelyn is the way she treats and talks to people. It's unnecessary. So that happens. She goes back in. She continues on with the audition. Miss Natural does end up getting Yummy P. Kudos to her, because I felt like she had it coming in and it was owed to her. So I'm glad she got her. So they're all back at the house, and they're all in the kitchen. They're all talking. Uh the old and new girls, some of the old and new girls are in the kitchen talking, and it looks like Wet and Yummy start having words, and it looks like they're gonna get into like a little brawl. But that's where it cuts off at. So we'll just have to see what's gonna happen, who's gonna win that one on the next episode. All right, so um that's that. So now we're gonna get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. And y'all, if Y'all see me flipping pages, that's because I write my notes down. Like I write my thoughts and my notes down as I'm watching on each scene. Cause I can't remember all this. Come on now, let's be real. All right, so Marlo goes on a date and finds out that they both have something in common, which is that they have both been in jail before. You know, Marlo, she don't care or whatever. That's not something that I probably would have wanted to share on the first date. Hey, you know. All right, so um, Candy and Sanya meet up for lunch and they're having to sit down and they're talking. Candy tells her that she feels like she kind of rides the fence. I agree. I feel like Sanya does ride the fence when it comes to certain situations with certain people. And I don't know, I just don't like it. Just like Candy asked her, like, when this was being said to me, what did you say? And she kind of paused and was like, well, I'm not going to take this. See, that's where you wrong at because it's like, it's kind of hard when it's like a circle of friends. But it's like, if y'all are all friends, if one friend is wrong or if one friend is saying something about the other friend and that other friend is not present, I think the least you could say is, well, I think that's something that you guys should probably talk about. Maybe not talk about her, while she, when she's not here. Something along the terms of that, but y'all know how. So she tells her that. So then Sheree puts together a little brunch for all the ladies because she feels like the group is got too much drama going on between all of the girls. So she puts together a brunch to have the girls to try to resolve their differences. Well, it was going pretty good until it got to Candy and Marlo. Marlo's trying to talk to Candy. Kenya is steady cutting her off, butting in. And I thought that was pretty rude and disrespectful because, like I said, when the other girls had their chance to say whatever issue they had with whoever, nobody cut them off. They was able to say what they had to say, get what they had to say out, and that was that. But when it comes to Candy and Marlo, Kenya just would not allow Marlo to talk. It's like, Kenya, it's their issue. Let them resolve their issue. I feel like Kenya only wants Candy to be just like close with her. Number one. Number two, she doesn't like Marlo, so I feel like she doesn't want them to have a friendship or a relationship. Even though Marlo kind of causes that because Marlo is a little messy and sometimes it be out of the blue like, girl, why did you say that with Marlo? That's how it is with Marlo. So they basically were trying to talk. Kenya wouldn't allow. Marlo gets up. She was going to leave. Sheree goes and talks to her, tells her to come back. And they sit there and try to talk, but they don't resolve nothing. Basically, Candy is just like, fuck her, pretty much. And that's that. They all move on. So then next is Drew has all the ladies come to her video that she's filming for her new song. You already know. And I actually kind of like the song. The beat is kind of catchy. I like it. And I didn't know that Drew could sing, actually. And of course, Kenya and Manetta, they had something negative to say because of the theme, which was they were at the skating ring. And I guess they felt like that was a little immature. I don't know. It kind of bothers me when people put age levels on things because, like, where does it say that you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to enjoy going roller skating at a certain age, or just with anything. It's like certain clothes, certain hairstyles. People put age limits on things, and it's like, what? Where's the book that somebody wrote that said that this is a law or that there's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, a level to? I don't know. People just make up rules as they go, and it could be a little irritating sometimes. But anyways, so then Sheree meets up with Kim, Zodiac, Lisa, and Deshawn. And I would like to know, do you guys think that they should come back to the show? Do you think that it might, bring a little bit more excitement to the show if they were to come back? I can't really remember. I remember when what season Deshawn was on, but I can't really remember like if she, really brought a lot to the show. Lisa's pretty laid back. Now Kim, what I loved about Kim is the faces that she would make because they would just be so funny because she would just make that face like she was really clueless when she knew she wasn't. But I think that they should bring Kim back. So then Sheree invites them on her trip to Portugal. I think they all declined, which I kind of figured Kim was going to decline because she's always had that type of attitude, like she didn't ever want to go on trips with the girls. I don't know. She thought she was better. I don't really know, but I knew she was going to decline. I don't know why Deshaun and Lisa declined. So they go to so they plan. Sheree plans the trip to go to Portugal. She invites all of the girls, and they all accept. So then Drew has a lunch at her house where all the men cook and all the women are kind of sitting around talking or whatever. Marlo brings her new boo or date. I'll say date. It's too early on to determine if he's going to be a boo or not. I mean, also there's a question mark on him from my point of view. There's a question mark on him just because of the fact that she did ask him, was he involved with anyone? He said no. She asked him, did he have kids? He did say yes. Now the concern is not that he has kids. The concern is the age. One is one and one is two. Now I don't know if they're by two different women or not, but seems a little young and a little early to say he has moved on. So we'll just have to sit back and watch that. So yeah, she brings him to the lunch, and he meets all the other guys and whatnot. All right, so then Marlo says, or no, Drew calls Sheree out once they get to Portugal because of a comment she made at the lunch, which was about Drew being sued. Some girl is suing her for $1,000, and I'm like, $1,000? Are you serious? $1,000, lady? You really wasting court filing fees and yada 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 for $1,000? Girl, bye. It's giving. I need money, but that's just my personal opinion. So yeah, the ladies they start, they so her and Sheree start having words back and forth. Sheree doesn't want to own up to basically saying that maybe she shouldn't have brought that up in front of all the rest of the ladies. She piggybacked on an old argument between her and Drew. Drew made some type of comment about her never wanting to pay people, but they already talked about that and resolved that. But then she goes back and brings it up, I guess, to excuse the comment she made about her. You know how people do; they always deflect, pretty much. So they're having words back and forth about that. Drew gets up and walks out crying because actually, you guys, I really think that it was more deeper than just about the lawsuit of the $1,000. Because when the ladies was like, "Well, we can help you. We could give you the $1,000," she was saying that it was much more deeper. And in my personal opinion, I really think that it has something to do with Ralph. I really do think that it has something to do with Ralph because rumor has it, and he's alleged cheater stuff. We don't know. So this might have be some woman or something that's coming at her for whatever reason concerning Ralph. All right, so her and Sheree end up talking though, and she kind of gets a better understanding. She apologizes. They go back to the table with the rest of the ladies. So then they start in on Candy. First, they start in with her saying, "end scene." When Drew got up to walk out and was crying, basically she was like "end scene," which means like she's acting or dramatic, stuff like that. So that comes up. She admits to saying it. She don't bite her tongue or whatever. Drew feels some type of way. She feels a little hurt. Like behind that, Drew's feelings get hurt very easily. So then they start in on her saying, Sheree says she doesn't really show up. She hasn't really been showing up for the ladies. And you know what? I feel like a lot of times when it comes to friendship, people put too many high expectations on friendship. And I say this because we all know Candy has more than one business that she's running. She has her restaurant, the old lady game. She does plays. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's with the group Escape, so she's touring. She's doing concerts. She's got the what is it, the dungeon that she travels and does that. So it's like y'all not giving her the benefit. I feel like they're not giving her the benefit that she's there now. She still showed up for Sanya's charity event. She went on the trip. So it's like, even if she's not there for everything that you have, she donates. Whenever they have something and it's a cause for them to donate, Candy be the first one to donate. This is what I be saying about friendships. Like, y'all put too much on it. Y'all be so focused on the right then and what you want right then and what you feel you're not getting right then, that you don't focus on things that have already, been done. Like, you got, it's like it's done, it's over with, but we're focusing. No, you can't do that, because you have to realize people have their lives too. People, especially if you are a serial entrepreneur like Candy, and a wife. So she's got the kids, she's got a husband, she's got a lot. So whenever she is there, I feel like, just, you know, accept her with graces and love it, and appreciate that she showed up when she can. Like, I mean, I could see if she just never showed up and she just really didn't have no excuse, and it was just like she just, but it's not like that. So you guys need to start giving a little bit more, and then Sheree's talking about how they didn't, nobody supported and bought any She by Sheree. They're letting her know, girl, your website always down. Every time we go to the website, it ain't up and ain't running. She feels like they should keep checking. No, if your website is not down, you need to let your viewers or customers know the website down. It's under maintenance. We're working to get it back up as soon as possible. And once you get it back up and working, then you should let them know, hey, it's up and running, you guys. You guys can put your orders in. You want people to just guess what's going on with you or whatever. But they pulled out their wallets and, they started ordering from her or whatever. So they all go to Portugal. Now this is supposed to be a healing trip. I don't know what healing was done. I honestly don't. First of all, if you're going to host a healing trip where everybody is supposed to try to heal and resolve their differences, you can't be a part of the he say, she say back and forth. And Sheree, you were a part of that. So, but then you get mad when you guys go out somewhere and the ladies are sitting in there arguing back and forth. They're loud in the restaurants and wherever you guys are, and you feeling embarrassed, but you're a part of it. So don't be a part of it. You're supposed to, if you're the one who's hosting this trip and this is the purpose that it's for, you're supposed to be the one to try to resolve it, not start it. Stop being the bone carrier. So they're all in Portugal, and they just, everywhere they go, there's an argument. With, it's not with Drew, it's with this person. Then they was back in the hotel. I believe they were in Sheree's room. It was like a little ladies' night, pajama night, chilling. They were playing games and whatnot. But then it kind of ends up that Candy and Drew start having words, because it came up about the time the ladies went on a trip, and Candy bought the strippers and the Bolo dude. I think that's what his name was, Bolo. But the girl Toya that was there, they were saying that her and Drew made out. Drew saying it's not true. Candy's like, basically like, girl, you lying. Marlo saying she lying. Kenya saying she's lying. So you got 3-1. We all know that Drew don't never tell the truth. She's always lying. She don't never own up to nothing. She's always lying. But I still like Drew. And I also think a big part of why Drew doesn't always be honest with the girls is because they're always talking shit. And it's like, soon as you get into an argument, they're gonna throw it in your face. So I don't think I would be telling on my business either. One thing that I do know that too, and you know what? I'm still on the fence about uh what is her name? Ralph's cousin, the new girl, Courtney. I'm still on the fence about her being his cousin, because it was just kind of like ironic how that just, they're at a function that Sanya's throwing, the Harlem Night theme party that Sanya threw for her husband's birthday. She's there, and all of a sudden they realize they're cousins. I mean, I get it. you have family members that you don't ever meet because of different reasons. It could be they lived in another state, their family never came visit, you never visited, or sometimes families have that division, so cousins and stuff don't get to know each other, things of that nature. But I'm still on the fence with that. And here's my thing: if I was Drew, I wouldn't be so quick to want to just like just reel her in and be having her going on the girls trips, bringing her around my circle of friends, especially when I know there's dirt out there about me. So yeah, that happens. Candy leaves the trip early because I think she had to get back. She might have been going on tour with her group, but or something. It was something. You guys know she stays booked and busy. So Drew lies about that. She doesn't come clean about that. And then next thing you know, it's in the blog that apparently Drew and Ralph both filed for divorce, and they both filed on the same day. So I guess Drew filed first, and then Ralph, after he files, then he goes to People Magazine and allegedly gives a statement. So it's been said that he's allegedly a serial cheater, and that uh, there are women DMing Drew and rubbing it in her face that they have been with him and had these sexual relationships with him, allegedly. All right, so yeah, that's what I have on that. And so yeah, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys, you can catch me on Queens Talk TV. I am in the Google Play Store. I am in the Apple Store. I will leave the links in the description. You can also view this on the web. I will be back with another video because I am going to cover the Krishan Rock, that story, and and then I want to talk about the baddies cast. So they picked the baddies cast, so I'm going to talk about that. And you guys, if you would like to leave your thoughts in the comments, please feel free to do so. I would like to thank you guys for watching. All right, you guys have a good evening.